This is the Drop Podcast, Part 2 with Tyrik Jackson. Comment, subscribe, and we hope you enjoy.
When I say be ready so you don't have to get ready, I've been working on distance education for a while because I wanted to introduce online barbering through the state of Pennsylvania and nationwide. I've written curriculum on it. I've been using different tools. And so on March the 13th, which was a Friday, Friday the 13th, when they told us that we can no longer be at school, on Monday the 17th, we were online. So It only had to, all the preparation I was putting in place, God had given me that vision to just do that. He didn't say when, he didn't say how, just work on it. Be ready for that. There'll be a time when you may need it and maybe the opportunity may present itself. And when it did, we were ready for that. Was I 100% ready in a lot of areas? No, but there's been some really good things, and I don't have to live and feel, I'm not living in fear. God hasn't given us a spirit of fear. So I'm not living in fear. I am cautious, and at the same time, the rest of that verse says, but you've given us a spirit of power and of a sound mind. So what I have is a sound mind. So I'm able to use my mind, right, and make good decisions. People who are like, God's going to protect me, and they run out and put themselves at risk, or they put themselves in compromising positions, that's irresponsible faith. That's irresponsible. That's not God's going to protect me. That's actually, when the devil tempted Jesus and he said, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. That's trying to put God and tempt him, saying, I'm going to do something stupid because I know you got my back. That's irresponsible faith. That's So I've been quarantined. I've been in my house. I go out to get groceries and basic necessities. I did a little bit of exercise in my yard. I went for a ride, and that's pretty much the extent of it, but we are teaching online through the school. I got my instructors that are doing that. I'm still doing my Tyrik Talk Tuesdays, and I'm not allowing the condition of my world to control my position.
That's good.
My position gives me the ability to utilize social media and to connect with the world still. My position gave me the power and sound mind to know that I have the technologies to make sure that my school is ready for what we need. Is it the best option? No, I would like to be in the building and connecting with people. However, it's the option that we have, and I'm taking full advantage of it.
Man, I love that. Be ready so you have to get.
So you don't have to get ready.
Yeah, I think, and I want to, because I come across a lot of people, right? And in the conversation, I think everyone, there's a song, I forgot all the lyrics, was like, but I'm thinking of a master plan. Everyone has a master plan, right? Everyone has a plan how to get rich, be successful, or be stable, have some sense of security. But I always said there are things that separate people, right? There are types of people. We always ask the question, like, what that drives you to do that? What is it that drives you to prepare? We hear this a lot, that they die. So many songs that go to the grave, so many ideas that go to the grave, so many plans. Like, what is it that separates people from being successful, from achieving the things they want to do in their mind, but then just staying at home and just having ideas but not executing it? And I hope I make sense.
No, you make perfect sense. I talk about it a lot. It's a different perspective that people don't like to hear or get the truth from. And so it's not the plan or the idea, it's the ability to implement that idea. And, people, they lack the ability, not because of their skill or their talent, out of fear. A lot of people are fear of judgment. Their friends are going to say it's stupid. Out of fear of maybe success, like, it's not going to be that good. And I think right now with social media, it's a gift and a curse where, I have a 22-year daughter. She would post on Instagram, and if it didn't get a certain number of likes or views, she would delete it like a Snapchat. And it was because it wasn't getting what she wanted it to get, that false reality, that false perception. So she would be discouraged in her ability. They see something that's popular, and then they all do it. and then people like it and it gets comments, and then they see something else happen, and then they all do it, and it's kind of like the leader type of thing. But people begin to only post the things that they think is popular. They don't post who they are and what they do and how they are. On my page, I don't post haircuts. I'm an amazing barber. 2006, I won the largest competition in the world, $25,000 executing 3 haircuts in 15 minutes. It was a huge performance, but at that time when I was doing stuff, when I was doing little things, different look, people, man, where you learn to cut? It was because I was bridging my cosmetology background with the barbering experience and making a different, unique look. Now it's pretty common. A lot of stuff I was doing in 2003, 2004, when I won in 2006, it's stuff that you see right now. Glow in the dark hair, these textured looks, more of the Cosmo side into the barbering side. That stuff is old to me. It's not even exciting. When I see it, I'm like, oh, that's cool. You did a good job. But, where I came from, the barber that I was cutting with, because I went to college school and I went to barber school, barber apprenticeship, but then I came into the shop, we was doing that stuff years ago. So it's not that exciting to me, but social media has given it a face. We got to take advantage of the time. I don't put my hair did get people's attention. I'm showing people who I really am. I'm an educator. This is what I do. I speak. I travel and I teach. I've been doing it for years. It's not an Instagram thing. I'm turning the camera and we're capturing what I do all the time. These live interviews years ago be phone calls. And depending on who I was speaking to across the country and the globe, it might be 1 a.m. I'm in the room talking and my wife's in the bed, and I'm having a conversation with somebody. This is not new. It's just done a different way. You know what I'm saying? So 28 years in the game, putting myself out there, marketing myself, doing things. And I think it goes back to the plan and executing. What makes the difference? It doesn't matter if people are going to like it or not. You just do it. There are certain things that, you probably want to do the trend, like for the Tootsie Slide or whatever, the Drake. People are becoming visible because they're jumping on a trend. And it's cool to do that. Like, do the trend, get the attention. But then once you got their attention, you want them to see what you do. Not just, I do 1,000 TikTok dances. Like, no, that's not who you really are. You're just doing it for attention. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do that. So there's been 3 things that personally I said, man, I should have jumped on it real quick just for the attention, just to get people's attention. And then once I drive that traffic to my page, people then begin to see who I am and what I do. I think that's more important than just trying to get the clickbait to get people in. But it is a form of marketing and advertising. You just got to be okay with putting stuff out there, even if people don't like it. I think most people are afraid someone's not going to like it, and either they don't have the money to do it and their dream is too big. When my English teacher said to me that he thought barbering was stupid for me to make a choice because I was a good writer, he said, and I hate writing, bro. I can't stand writing. But he was like, this is an amazing piece. I need more. I wrote something from a real place that happened to me that summer. So coming with that much emotion and authenticity in my writing was very impactful to him. He said, you should go to college and you should, maybe write for the newspaper and become an English teacher. I'm like, that's not what I want to do. He said, but you think my dream was big enough, right? 2004, I ended up hiring his son who went to college, who had a degree, and he became a barber at my shop. So, and then in 2007, my English teacher came to the barbershop and he said, you know what? I want to tell you, man, you did every single thing that you said you was going to do, and you never looked back, and even when, that's why self-awareness is key. And my mom taught me this. Even when someone tells you that your dream isn't big enough, as a teenager, as a kid who can be easily influenced and swayed, and I could have been like, yeah, maybe this is stupid. Maybe I should go to college. I could have listened to him. But I had such a strong, it's not a stubbornness, it was self-aware. I knew who I was. I knew I was different. I knew I was passionate about a certain thing, and that's what I wanted to do. You couldn't sway my decision. Most of the kids now, and there's a lot of people that they're influenced by other people and other things, that sense of self-awareness isn't that strong, that level, that they'll do, oh yeah, that's what's up, we're going to be on that now because that's hot, that's popular, we're going to do that, instead of saying, no, I'm not going to do that, whether that's popular or not. I never smoked cigarettes. It wasn't a God thing. It was, I don't want to do it. I'm not, what you want to do is not cool to me. I have friends who smoked weed. Like, I don't want to do that. It wasn't a spiritual thing. It was, that's what you want to do. That's not important to me. I never drank alcohol. I think partly because my father was an alcoholic, and I knew that my dad was alcoholic and my father was a heroin addict. There may subconsciously have been the thought that, well, I don't want to end up like them. But the reality was I didn't have a desire to do it. So that strong sense of self-awareness in who I was is what kept me from doing and being those things. While other people are being influenced by those things weren't influential to me.
Man, that's so good, man. I could listen to this all day, seriously, man. But I love that. I love that not having the desire to want to do those things. And I think there are other things that, there were moments in my life that I had to make a decision that, to me, the desire came not because I didn't have a desire to do it, but because I had a desire to do something else, that I knew I had to stop doing certain things. You know what I mean? That I had to stop hanging out with certain people, or stop doing, like you said, whether it was the drinking, or whether it was, some people, the partying, whatever their vice or whatever their issue was, that there had to be a season where I had to kind of shut down and say, I can't do anything right now until I accomplish what I have in my mind, or until I accomplish, even if I just have to accomplish, I love what you said earlier, even if it's just we'll call it a business plan or a preparation plan, even if it's just that, even though I can't implement it at the moment, even I have to get that done until the moment of execution comes. But what to my point is that I especially the listeners that I have, I want to encourage them, especially with what you're saying, that we have to, I guess, prioritize, right? What is your priority? What is it that you want to do more? What is it that you want to accomplish more? And how is it that self-awareness, man? That's so good. If I can, I have two last questions real quick. The first one.
Before you go to your question, before you go to your next question, I want to finish this thought.
We hope you enjoyed that. Part 3 drops next week. Make sure you tune in, the Drop Podcast.